everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little while, so I'm excited to get back into some videos. And I guess one thing you can already tell that's different is I dyed my hair teal. So, yep, big difference, super fun. I'm happy with it. Don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. And today I am doing a requested look from a wonderful young lady named Beth, and she had asked that I do a video on a very specific look that is from a show that she watches, something about, oh, now I've forgotten the name of the show. That's embarrassing. I'm gonna edit that and put it in because I'm silly and I forgot. But anyways, it's a show about some young ladies who are mermaids, and their look is extremely natural and very bronzy, like sun-kissed and dewy. So I'm doing a full face tutorial today. If you want to see how to create this look, just keep watching. Alright, I'm starting out with my L'Oreal Paris Magic Anti-Redness Correcting Primer, and that is a green primer, as you can see, and that is what combats the redness or pink undertones in my skin. Works amazingly, and I think Magic really is the perfect name for it. Then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in number 15 Fair, and I am drawing triangles underneath my eyes to combat those dark circles and any discoloration there. Also on the sides of my nose, I've been sick, so that they're pretty red there, and on my chin. Then I'm taking a large eyeshadow brush and I'm blending all that out, including the little bit of a highlight on my nose and forehead, and it's great. Then I'm going to use my CoverGirl Translucent Setting Powder. It's a loose powder, and it's perfect for this. The concealer really needs to be set with a powder, just so you know, or it will crease. And then this is my Physicians Formula bronzer in Summer Eclipse. And I'm mapping out where I want to create all my bronzy, sun-kissed areas. So I'm using that on my temples and in the hollows of my cheeks. Then I'm going in with my Mary Kay blush in Shy, which is a really pretty peachy pink that has some almost rose gold flecks in it, so it sort of highlights as well. It's a pretty good dupe for NARS Orgasm from what I have heard and seen, but overall I just love it. And then I'm using this darker brown shade to further carve out those cheekbones and then add even more of a bronzed effect on my temples and then a little bit on my jawline, as you can see. And that is just from Ulta. It's honestly really old, and I got it when it was on sale when my hometown just first got an Ulta. And I just use that to, again, just deepen up those areas. And then I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics Bombshell Bronze. And it's actually kind of a bronzer, but I just use those 3 light shades as a highlighter, and that adds a really nice champagne colored highlight, especially to the tops of my cheekbones. And then since I'm trying to go for a dewy look, I'm dusting that all over, and then just blending it a tiny bit, just so that it doesn't get too greasy looking. And then I'm using a couple lip glosses from that same Ulta palette. And they're just really soft, peachy pinks, nothing too harsh. Again, we're just trying to go for a pretty natural, neutral look. And blotting that, and that is the face completed. Moving on to the eyes, I am starting out with my Urban Decay Potion Primer. Primer Potion. While that sets, I'm starting in on my eyebrows about a third of the way in, and I'm using a more cool-toned brown than I have in the past, just because I think it complements my teal hair a little bit better. The warm tone brown just kind of, it just, in my mind, looked a little strange. So I switched over to this one, which is just from my BH Cosmetics Party Girl palette. So, yep, just filling in those brows as always. And then taking my little spoolie and brushing them out just so that it looks more natural, less colored in. And then especially towards the front of the brow, I'm just going to be pulling that color out a little bit just so that we have more of a gradient effect, because that's kind of her naturally. And then using a big fluffy brush, I am filling my eyelids with this warm brown color. And this is mostly going to be the color that I use over my entire eyelids. I don't use too much else because, again, these girls don't have too much makeup on, it looks like. But I did use a reference photo, which will be in the description box below, so you can see what I was looking at when I drew inspiration from the characters from the show. And then I'm using that medium brown and a dark brown, and I'm just gonna use these in the outer corner of my crease and eyelid fairly messily, just to sort of give it a little bit more depth. And again, it doesn't matter that it's messy because I want no harsh lines whatsoever. So I'm gonna blend this sucker out like crazy. And this will just add a little bit more depth so it doesn't just look like I slapped on one color of eyeshadow, and depending on the shadow and the day, that doesn't necessarily look bad, but I just thought it needed a little bit something else. So again, I'm just doing that a couple times to get it to the depth that I like. And just blending it out and blending and blending and blending. I'm going to use that really soft pink as my highlight. So it doesn't come off looking bright pink, it's just a nice soft color. Then I'm going to use my Bombshell Volume Mascara from CoverGirl. I can't stop raving stuff. I know it's been a while since I've used it in one of my videos, but every time that I don't, I'm just like, I want that mascara. I should have used that one. So yeah, just as always using the side labeled 1 to get those lashes all separated and primed in a way. Oop, going out of frame. Good. And then of course I'm going to use the second side to seal all that in and further volumize my lashes. I think this one works really well for this look too because it doesn't get too clumpy, so it looks pretty natural. Even though it's obvious you have mascara on, it doesn't look like, I don't know, I think it looks nice and natural enough that it works well for this sort of look. And that is the finished eye look, up close and personal. And I'm going to include a tutorial that I found for fake freckles because I think that would look really nice with this look as well. It's by a makeup artist that I'm crazy about. So yeah, that'll be in the description box. All right, thanks. Thank you so much for joining me today and for watching. I hope that this was helpful and that you learned something interesting. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions for what I should do next, just leave them in the comments below, send me a message. Yeah, so I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and see you next time.